Hi, Sophie King Drunk back again with a St Patrick's Day beer off. Yes, it's a St Patrick's Day beer off. It's Scotland versus Ireland on St Patrick's Day. Everybody will be doing some sort of stout review or something for St Patrick's Day, so I'm doing my beer off. So we have, representing Scotland, we have Brewdog, the Black Heart Draft Stout, weighing in at 4.1 on the Richter scale. The new version, I think Brewdog are trying to punch into the Guinness market. And it's up against the old faithful, the one that Sophie King Drunk sessioned the arse out of many, many years ago and still does from time to time. And it's a Guinness Draught Stout in the can, 4.1 on the Richter scale. So I've got my glasses in already. I've went old school Guinness shaker and old school beer dog. So I'm trying to keep it as even as I can. So let's get the Brewdog into the glass, see what it's all about. Recently had a pint of this in the Brewdog in the Merchant City. Met Big Minty a few weeks ago and he got me a pint of it. So let's get it into the glass. Pour it nice and gloopy. So there we have the Black Heart in the glass. Seems to be clearing very, very quickly, unlike the Guinness. So we'll put that down now and we'll get the draft Guinness in a can. This was a revelation when it first hit the beer market for beer drinkers. Absolutely amazing. I remember buying this for the first time, was blown away with it. I really don't know, is there anyone that could probably put in the comments below, when was draft Guinness in a can introduced in the UK? So here we have draft Guinness in a can. Guinness, which cascading very, very nicely. The Brewdog Black Heart has settled right away. Guinness is still settling. So anyway, we'll switch over to Ireland now, Scotland, and we'll have a little nose of the Black Heart. Very bold. Nice bold dark roast. A little bit of chocolate, but it's mostly a really, really strong dark roast. So anyway, Sophie King Drunk drinking a Brewdog Black Heart in this St Patrick's Day beer off between Scotland and Ireland. Slàinte mhath. Let's have a go and see what it's all about. Very flavour, a lot of good flavour in it. Nice and bold. Yes, dark roast. Nice and creamy. Dark roast, bit of chocolate. Very, very harsh dark roast, actually. I'm getting a sort of like backdraft from it. Well, I quite like that, actually. Very harsh. So anyway, let's go over to Ireland now. The old faithful Guinness. Going for the nose. The usual sort of mild, light roasted, sort of like chocolate. But Guinness has got something over it already. It's got that sort of, well, I'll tell you in a minute when I've taken a sip. Slàinte mhath. Let's see what Guinness goes up against the Black Heart. Let's see what it's all about. Right away, Guinness, a lot thinner. Usual Guinness notes. But the one thing Guinness has got over it, for me anyway, personally, is getting that lovely little bit of vanilla. Sort of light, fighting against the darkness of the stout, making it more enjoyable. More softer, but the only thing with the Guinness is it's a little bit thin on the taste buds after taking a little drink of the Black Heart. On aroma, so far, Black Heart is winning on aroma. Guinness comes second in that, but on the taste, Black Heart is a lot harsh, which I don't mind. It's probably itchy peachy. The only thing that's letting Guinness down against it is it's thin, very thin on the taste. As you could probably well see, I don't know if that's a good showing or not. The Black Heart, for me, looks more of it's got a sort of like good backbone to it, sort of thing. But we'll go in again, some of the Black Heart. Do you know what, that actually tastes better now? I've had a sip of Guinness, believe it or not. I think it must be the sort of sweet vanilla note. Maybe that's where Brewdog have let themselves down. Maybe there's not much. Maybe there might be vanilla in it. If there is, I'm not really getting it the way I'm getting it with Guinness. Guinness to me is just one of those drinks that if you go into a bar and you don't see what you want, it's one of those sort of go-to. There is certain bars in Glasgow that I go to, mostly a lot of Irish bars, and you know you're going to get a great pint of Guinness in them because the Guinness is pouring constantly. That's a great sign if you walk into a pub and you look along the bar and you see pint glasses with Guinness drinkers in, you know that's a great pint of Guinness in there. If you walk into a bar and it's all lager, you do not touch the Guinness. Top tip. So anyway, the only thing that's letting it down is the mouthfeel, to be honest with you. So anyway, Guinness, representing Ireland, St Patrick's Day, up against Brewdog Black Heart, representing Scotland. In this face-off, it's just new on the market. Got it in Tesco, it's £1.75 a can. But if you buy a box of 10, you get them for 12 quid. So basically, it's £1.20 a can. So Tesco ripping the arse out of the British public again by putting 55 pence onto a single can. So anyway, it's a Brew Heart against Guinness. Would I drink Black Heart again? Now this is the second time I've tried it. I tried it on draft in the pub and it was okay, but believe it or not, I actually had a can of draft Guinness before I went to that pub to meet my pal, and it I found it a bit sort of enjoyable. He was then promoting it, saying it's up against Guinness, it's as good as, it's better. To be honest with you, if I was going out a night out in Glasgow, what would I session on? If I saw it, Brewdog will end up, they'll have that at an introductory price. I don't know what it was in the Brewdog bar. I reckon it'll be over the £5 anyway for a pint. Guinness will always be there. I know sometimes you can pay anything from £3.70 up to £5, depending where you go for a pint of Guinness. But Guinness, for me, if you go to the right pubs, is a great beer to session on. This, I think, will be a gimmick. I think a lot of people will go and try it. Guinness drinkers will have a go at it because all the hype it's getting. So anyway, who wins this St Patrick's Day Scotland versus Ireland face-off? Going again, we'll go for the Black Heart from Brewdog. A little bit of carbonation there as well, actually. I didn't pick up on earlier on. I'm going to give the Brewdog Black Heart Stout 4.1 on a Richter scale. I'm going to give that a 4.8 out of 5. 4.8 out of 5 for Brewdog. And Draft Guinness in a can. Which is pretty watery in a way. I've tasted thicker in the bars actually. Guinness, a couple of bars I go to, it's pretty nice and thick. I don't know how they can't transfer that to the can, personally. Guinness in a can, Draft Guinness in a can. I'm going to give that Sofa King Drunk rating of... I'm going to give that a 4.7 out of 5. So anyway, Brewdog Black Heart wins the battle, St Patrick's Day battle. Scotland beats Ireland in the Brewdog battle. Not the Brewdog, the St Patrick's Day battle. But I have to say, Guinness in a pub up against, Guinness in a good bar that pours well up against that. I would like to, I think it could be a different outcome for me. Will this be one of those sort of beers that it'll knock Guinness off its perch? I don't think it will. It will get a lot of new fans. There will be people out there that are loyal to the brand of Brewdog and craft beers and that have never really tried Guinness. But to be honest with you, I think it will come and go. I think Brewdog, the way they are just now, they go out in the supermarkets, £1.75 a can, and you buy a box for 12 quid, a box of 10 for 12 quid at £1.20 a can. I think it's one, yeah, quite possibly I could pick up a box of, and I could session on it. But maybe after one box, I don't think I would be a repeat buyer. Whereas Guinness, there'll always be Guinness in my fridge. So anyway, if you've had Black Heart, if you've had Guinness, and you've done a face-off between the two of them, and you come up with a different scenario to it, drop a line below. And if you've stuck along to the end of this video, Sofa King Drunk salutes you and hopefully catch you in another country versus country beer off once again. Slangy va, keep drinking the good stouts, the good beers, the good everything out there, because there's loads of them. Just look for them. Have a go at anything. Anything that takes your eye, have a go. Don't always go by what people on YouTube are saying about certain beers. I've listened to beer tubers in the past and they've slagged off beers, and I've tried the beer for myself and I've enjoyed it. So anyway, slangy va, keep drinking the good craft beers, any kind of beers out there, macro beers, a lot, ciders, everything. Have a go. Ciao for now.